Welcome back to KYC. We are in conversation with Dayaniwas Sharma, a sitting Central Council member. Welcome back, Daya.
Thank you, sir.
The chartered accounting profession, I believe, is on the crossroads of destiny. Different stakeholders seem to have different views about how this profession is heading on. In your view, what is the single most important area that the Institute should address in the course of the next 3 years, which I think the 22-25 period is possibly going to be one of the most defining moments of our profession?
Sir, I got into CA in 98, 2001, I did my articles. 2005, I qualified. And this is 2021. You will be shocked to know that every year I listen to this statement of crossroad of profession. I don't know how many crossroads we have passed away. And, everyone thinks that, the Institute is not doing much. But I think Institute has done a lot. And only thing is now it is time where we need to really focus on how do we actually move forward by adopting technology in the entire process. And undoubtedly, people say that, when I talk about technology, people say, why do you more talk about technology? But because that is the future. And that future is very, very critical. And we need to train and groom people towards knowing them very well. One, with regards to technology doesn't mean that you need to code or decode any program. It's primarily what you need to do is you need to understand which program is useful for the person in a practice or for industry. So the learning experience which people have to go through is with regards to first erasing one thought, primarily with regards to it is technology adoption doesn't mean that you need to learn coding. Technology adoption means you need to use softwares which are available, you need to do an assessment and use effective tools for doing it. So this is one thing, because the volumes have gone up, sir. This is a reality. Even if a retail store, Kirana store is there, the volumes have been huge now. So the technology adoption, not only for the purpose of transactions, but also the government has been very proactively working towards the digitization. If you go back and see, Prime Minister Narendra Modi specifically talked about Digital India and 1,40,000 crores of budget for that. And we are seeing that reality with regards to an illiterate also earning his income through a mobile phone app. So he doesn't require any knowledge. It only has to just press the buttons and everything will come out. So one of the most important things is that transformation is required. The laws are going to be same. The experience of the senior and speed of the youngsters now I think is to be required to be aligned. That is the focus which our institute has to do very effectively. And more important, sir, I personally feel, I was talking to President also the other day with regards to the perception management of ICM. We all have to come together to change the perception of people. Sir, it is not that people have not adopted. We have made GST successful. Each one chartered accountant have made it successful. It was not the other way around, that the government has made a good portal and that was being done. So we have supported the citizens of this country to comply with laws. So technically there are two things, sir. One, undoubtedly on the technology side, people have to understand it is not programming, it is which software to be used. And number two is with regards to the perception management. I think more than enough, sir. We have been demonstrating from last 72 years our quality on a continuous basis.
Okay. Before I go to the next question, I just wanted to tell you why people today genuinely think that we are at the crossroads. You spoke about GST. You also spoke about the Prime Minister. On the 1st of July, the Prime Minister made, or 2017, I think, he made certain very sharp remarks about the profession, point number one. Point number two is the spectacular accounting scandals that have taken place. I am not saying that the auditors are responsible or not responsible. It is just that you said it very correctly when you talked about perception. It is just that today, when something goes wrong, the general public's first question is, what were the auditors doing? It is only from that standpoint. But otherwise, I do agree with you that no, the profession has done whatever it could do within the, what should I say, limited bandwidth it is given. Plus, of course, the fact that maybe historically we are not a set of people who go and broadcast what we do.
Yep, that's a fact, sir.
Yeah. Now, I move on to another very contentious issue. Uh, there has been a fairly sharp exchange of words between NFRA and the ICAI. The ICAI is normally not known to be so aggressive. What is your view on what NFRA is saying about audit of companies of a certain threshold? And what is your view on that?
Sir, I'll give this answer in my own language. So
Yes,
I think
yes.
it will be more easy to people to understand. There is a father, and the father has now 4 children. And the 4th child is born after a couple of years, a huge gap of 3 children getting born. So the 3 children are ICI, right? The CS Institute, CWA Institute, and the father being a company law, right? And the 4th child is born in the process, which is called NFRA. Okay. And the NFRA is born and it says that father is wrong. Whereas these 3 sons have been always telling that, you whatever you say, we'll do it. That is how this entire country has been moving from last 72 years, our ICI existence. Now, NAFRA comes and says that, no requirement of companies above a particular threshold limit. Now, my question is, then why did MCA actually go back and did a entire exercise with regards to shell companies? What was the requirement, sir? Then why is it directors are being telling to stand before a board and do a recording? Then why is it? And how is NAFRA going to actually protect this? I'm not able to understand. Let NAFRA give a statement. This is wrong, nahi. How do you want to do it right? That is not being discussed at all. And I don't think, many of the people have not read the constitutional power which NAFRA has got.
We'll skip that. Let us agree that NAFRA also consists of professionals who are equally patriotic about how things have to happen. So that whether they have a locus standi, no locus standi, let's leave that out.
Okay, sir. So my point is very simple. If the traffic rules are made, traffic need to be followed. If the policeman itself is not going to be there, and if the policeman is there, can you catch all 10? Or you will catch one person who's broken the signal? So it's basically, sir, exceptions cannot be getting multiple regulatory pressure on the corporate India also. It cannot be multiple regulatory pressure on chartered accountants also. And the perception with which they have been talking, I think somewhere there is a huge gap. We welcome a right approach, but I think, making certain statements without a right, thing, I don't think is a right approach. So my perception is, sir, very clear. My opinion is very clear that we have not gone mature to a level where money laundering can happen with a balance sheet ke andar share capital 1 lakh and another 80,000 is bank balance and 20,000 is accumulated loss, which is only paid to a chartered accountant or any consultancy services. And huge amount of transactions are actually happening on the bank account which has been opened. So technically, there is much more to be done, sir. This is not a limitation.
Okay, all right. You spoke about technology. You spoke about how the profession should, embrace technology. There is a lot of view today that automation is eating away a lot of accounting jobs. My own perception, I could be wrong, that automation and AI will take away bulk of the accounting jobs. What will be left out is audit. Okay. Do you think audit will also be out because of automation and AI coming in?
Sir, automation and AI, let me just explain for the benefit of members what little I understand and what I always tell in my lectures also. So automation is for accounting work, not for auditing work. Technically, if my accounting is done right, Means I'm triggering a transaction. A transaction is recorded through a system, and transaction is getting posted in the system. Now, someone has to be there to say that, yes, this process has been right. And that is how, if you go back and see in the new requirement, where we need to talk about this audit trail altogether, right? So transaction need to be verified. Artificial intelligence is only to capture the standard data which is being recorded somewhere. But the future projections or future thing, or might be the common sense which we talk about, the artificial intelligence doesn't have. So decisions are to be taken by individual only. Data will be provided to you so that the the entire 360-degree view of a particular transaction can come before you. Today, whatever frauds have been happening, sir, technically it is huge amount of data spread across the length and breadth of the world. Right. Subsidiaries, associate companies, this, that, and all of them. So technology need to be used for doing effective audit and taking a right decision with regards to giving your opinion. That is my in total take.
Fair enough. Now, let me rephrase the question. Do you think that the time taken to do audit will come down? Consequence to which the bench strength in audit teams will come down?
Yes, sir. I think now I'll put it in a different manner. It is not going to time taken come down. Okay. I think chartered accountants are going to be used more effectively for the purpose for which we are actually. That is for the decision making, advisory, consulting, guiding the companies for making it big. So now, rather than doing a GST return, which is going to be barcoded and all transactions will happen at one go.
And for which you have taken credit that the CA profession has been the one that has made GST very successful.
Yes, sir. Undoubtedly. I am proud about our members who have done it big. Okay. Sir, unfortunately, sir, 1st July 2017 is remembered. But unfortunately, further more important part is 1st July 2018 is not known. That was the day when the Prime Minister gave that letter of appreciation to chartered accountants. That has not been discussed anywhere.
That is like this. Okay. All right. My penultimate question. You've been very articulate on matters relating to the profession. You have been immersed in your professional work. Do you 24/7 think only about the profession, or do you have some hobbies also?
Sir, I used to play cricket. So now I don't understand.
Now what do you do?
So unfortunately now, because of this activities and everything, I missed out on playing cricket. But my biggest, regret, which I started playing golf, and I'll continue to play golf in time to come. And I have actually I purchased one mouth organ, which is I don't know what is the other name, which is the mouth organ is which we play. So I have purchased that and I want to start playing, but the music is always in the ear when you are in the council. So I'm just trying to ensure that music goes down. Then I start doing it. Yes, sir, but I play cricket. I actually, travel a lot. I enjoy traveling. I enjoy traveling with family, friends, not much friends now, but with family. Whatever time I get, I just stay with my wife, my daughter, and just to share you very personal things, sir. Every day night when I go back at 10 o'clock at night, you will not believe I sit on my father's bed and have dinner in his room. And morning tea when I get up, I have it with him. When I watch, Friends serial with my daughter and a beautiful Hindi movie with my wife. So when I'm actually at home, I'm just at home. I enjoy time. Even now, during these peak elections, we were watching Friends yesterday night. That's the only thing.
Very good. I like that spirit, Bhaiya.
Thank you, sir.
Last question. I want an honest answer. I don't want a diplomatic answer. Do you harbor ambitions of becoming the president of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India?
Sir, I have not been diplomatic in any of my answers. Point number one, sir. Point number two, sir, let me just be very honest. When I got into the institute elections, yes, I had a dream and desire to be a president. I continue to have, no doubt about it. But over a period of time, in last 3 years, I have seen my father, though he could not get elected as a vice president and president, but his recognition as a council member, what he has contributed during that time, it is really immense. And I think, sir, when you are getting elected with the love and affection of more than 3,000 people. That itself is the biggest satisfaction, sir. The moment I start thinking only for my vice presidentship and presidentship, I think there is some compromise which is going to come. And honestly, sir, if I see my father even today at the age of 76, he enjoys what he is doing. I think I continue to unbiased approach. I want to work for the institute. If I become, yes, it is going to be unfulfilled dream of a father filled in by a son. So that is going to continue. But yes, that is not the clean focus as such. It is interest for the profession. That's it.
Thank you, Daya. It has been a very, very engaging conversation. And I look forward to you representing all of us at the Central Council. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.